Saitama, the One Punch Man. In his respective universe, he is the strongest. But today, I'm going to be showing you why Saitama is the strongest. In One Punch Man, Saitama has done many crazy things. Most people try to downplay Saitama out of hate for him because they simply are just filthy lame. But in reality, Saitama scales much higher. And most people try to cap him out of Galaxy tier and say that's all he does, skills there. But in this video, I will show you that his skills are much higher than that. Stay tuned in to find out why. Without further ado, let me continue with the video. Starting off with the first category, we have speed. As you can see above me in this picture here, these are the most elite speed tiers. Now, as you see, look at what the final tier is, irrelevant speed. That means if a character can move this fast, they have irrelevant speed or boundless. This means they can move so fast they transcend time, which is one of the most extremely heavy requirements for being boundless tier. Now let me show you this. In One Punch Man Chapter 168, Saitama defeats Gaara, but Gaara asks him to do him a favor after Gaara sees that he killed Taro. Now, listen here, y'all. Gaara is in the panel, y'all can see on the screen right here, states that only Saitama can use this technique that he's about to teach him, which is reverse casuality, meaning he knew that only Saitama was able to move so fast that he could time travel. So that's why he said that Saitama could do this. So Saitama was the only one capable of moving at infinite speed, actually transcendent speed, and Cosmic Gaara recognized this. So now Cosmic Gaara begins to teach Saitama this technique. He uses it and tells him to watch closely, as you can see from the panel above. And then we see next that Saitama and Gaara imagine their own inner universe. And in a way, this means that they are technically able to create a whole new universe. They reset the universe. So not only does this give Saitama time travel hacks, but this means that he transcends time. Meaning he also has time manipulation and he can create a whole new universe. Saitama has the power to create a whole entire new universe. Easily. But anyways, then Saitama continues to do the technique and then he masters it. Here's where Gaara says that only Saitama can do it because he's the only one who has immeasurable or transcendent speed. And here we go, Saitama actually does it. Saitama moves so fast that he transcends time and time travels. This means that Saitama traveled across the multiverse, across the macroverse, and created a whole new timeline, meaning he created a whole different universe, a whole parallel timeline, just by moving fast. That right there is a feat that puts him at boundless tier. Now, most scalers want to ignore this, and they want to say that Saitama scales only up to Galaxy tier, but this speed feat alone shows that he scales much above that. Now, let's go right back to this. Go down and look at what irrelevant speed is. If you have transcendent speed, which means you transcend time, you are automatically at minimum outerversal tier, as it states here. So people want to say Saitama only scales up to Galaxy tier, all that, but Saitama easily scales up to outerversal at the minimum, at the bare minimum. So now, without further ado, let's go on to Exhibit. As you can see in the image above, these are the strength tiers. Now, I can already say, we saw him transcend time from the speed exhibit that I have already shown you guys. So that all enough is able to scale him up to, at the very minimum, tier 1 or tier 2, you could say. But I'm about to show you some more feats that can get him up to tier 0, the highest tier. Here below you can see an image of Saitama kicking a hyperspace portal. It is Blast's 4-dimensional portal, which means he can interact with non-tangible items or portals, for example, which is already making him a tier above everyone else. And then we also here have Saitama punching a portal, another one of Blast's portals, a hyperspace gate. He pretty much punched a hyperspace gate. Is that not enough for me to convince you he's the greatest of all time? First, we go over to the Phoenix Realm, chapter 103. Saitama awakes in this realm. Saitama slides down on a massive hill inside of the Phoenix Realm, thinking it's a monster of some type causing a landslide. Now let's skip over to this part. Phoenix Man is trying to convince this S-class hero kid, I forgot his name, but the robot guy, to become a monster. Now then Saitama appears right as Phoenix Man was about to kill Il Child Emperor. Now this panel right here confirms that this is a mental dimension. It is a non-physical dimension. And they're in the Phoenix Realm, that's the name of it. And Saitama tells him pretty much just to stop, and the hearing is a job for fun. Now let's skip over to a little bit later. Saitama killed Phoenix Man, and he destroyed the Phoenix Realm. Saitama destroyed a mental realm that is not a physical object. He punched through a realm, a spiritual realm, and he destroyed the realm in one hit. That right there is enough to scale him up to boundless. Now, for those of you wondering, let's go back to the strength tiers. So look here, tier 0. And also, now let's go to tier 2, the capacity to affect, create, or destroy entire continuums or multiverses. This man just destroyed the Phoenix Realm, a continuum. It is a spiritual realm, making him at the very minimum multiversal tier strength, because he destroyed the Phoenix Realm. Just for some confirmation, here's a panel showing and confirming that the Phoenix Realm is intangible, but Saitama still managed to touch it and destroy it, meaning he can touch 3D objects, 5D objects, anything, which is going to be talked about later. I'm going to talk about it more when we go to attack potency. Now real quick, y'all, I'm about to show y'all a video. Now this is a fan animation, but it is an animation of what happened in the manga. So it might be a fan animation, but this did happen in the manga. And I'm going to put the manga panels up on the screen real quick. As you can see, those manga panels did happen. Now without further ado, let me show you the video. Now, as you can see there, Blast had to suppress both of their attacks. And in the manga, it was stated that if Blast didn't suppress the serious punch clash between Cosmic Ka-R and Saitama, it would have destroyed the One Punch Man universe. Back to our little scaling map here, our little guide. Now, I can firmly say Saitama at the very minimum is at least a tier 1. Now, I think personally he is a tier 0, but at the very minimum he's a tier 1. But I do believe he's a tier 0, which is boundless. But at minimum, he's outerversal. As you can tell if you've been watching the video, Saitama was able to copy Cosmic Garo's technique, meaning he has the battle IQ to copy the technique, and he has the stats to copy techniques. Meaning Saitama can copy a technique of someone who has the fighting style of the universe. He can even block and counter attacks from Cosmic Garo, and Cosmic Garo has the fighting style of the universe, meaning he has universal plus battle IQ. Actually, Cosmic Garo has complex universal battle IQ. Saitama can even block, not only can he just block and counter these attacks, but he can copy them at a whole new level. Now let me show you the battle IQ tiers above. So this means that, much like Cosmic Garo, Saitama is a super genius who can master techniques on the battlefield. Now this can also be implied due to the fact that when he did the training that gave him his power, made him lose his hair, he was able to get so strong so fast, which is another thing that shows he is a super genius battle IQ player. And that he has the highest tier of battle IQ. He actually has complex universal battle IQ, much like Saitama, which is most of the time downplayed by power scalers. Now he can also, much like it says in Super Genius, bypass complex physical laws, like he can punch through portals, kick portals, hyperspace cubes, all of that, as I've shown you throughout the video. So he is a super genius with complex universal battle IQ. Additionally, in the image above, it shows that Saitama has infinite growth potential. And it's been stated throughout the whole series that he has infinite potential and that he's infinitely strong. So this is pretty obvious. Now, let me say, Saitama most definitely has boundless power. He definitely scales into boundless, let me just say that. Now, if you want to hate or not, he's most definitely above Galaxy tier, which is what most fucking stupid idiots want to say he scales up to at max. But he's definitely above that. The feats that I've shown in this video scale him to at the very bare minimum, outerversal. And I'd like to say that he's actually boundless. So guys, that's the video. Saitama scales to boundless. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions. Of course, if you have any objections, just let me know. Oh, and just for those of y'all wondering, I am 24 years old. So I'm not some kid who lives in his mom's basement. I am living in my own house alone right here. This is my house. A 2-story house owned by me. I probably make more than most of your parents. Without further ado, goodbye guys.